Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am so sorry about the audio. I'm not sure what happened with this clip and the next few clips that follow, but I wanted to let you know that I had been asked to collaborate with Poposoap regarding their solar power birdbath fountain, and this is what this video is about. Okay, so in this clip, I am letting you know that I purchased a terracotta bowl there along with the saucer, and that I'm going to be coating the inside with the Rust-Oleum clear gloss. That is a latex sealant. I want to seal inside the bowl and the saucer. And then you can see inside the bowl, there is that drainage hole right there. And I am going to be using a 1 1/4 inch rubber plug to plug the hole. I could have used sealant to seal it in, but I wanted to make it be able to remove the drain plug for easier cleaning. I also want to let you know that I will be using a drill bit to drill inside the saucer over here and put a bunch of drainage holes in, and I will be using a masonry bit for the small holes and just a regular drill bit for the larger one that the tubing will go through. And then I will be filling the saucer with the rainbow river rock for decoration and also to give the birds something to stand on. Once again, we will be using the Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Gloss Clear Coat. Now I am just going to begin painting the inside of the terracotta bowl, and I will do the inside of the terracotta saucer as well. Here we have both the bowl and the saucer coated in the sealant. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is to go ahead and tape both the inside and this back bottom of this. This is dry, and so it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it looks. It's nice and shiny. But I want to tape both sides in hopes that it doesn't chip too much. So that's what we're working on right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and drill a hole through the center of this. I'm not using a masonry bit because the one I have is so much larger than this tubing, and so I wanted to use something that was a little closer so I didn't have to use so much silicone. And after I do the center hole, which is where the drip tubing will come up from the pump, we're going to switch to a smaller bit, and I'm going to put drain holes all around this saucer here. So, all right, let's get started. We're getting there. It's just taking a while with this normal drill bit. Once we put on this smaller masonry bit for our drain holes, you can see the difference there. See how it's got that little part that juts out? It'll make quick work of the drain holes. But for right now, this is what we've got. Okay, so as I said before, Poposoap sent me this solar fountain pump for a bird bath that they wanted me to try and do a collaboration with. And I was so excited about that that I wanted to do a really good job. And so I'm hoping that this fountain bird bath, whatever you want to call it, will turn out really well. But as you can see here, it's the Poposoap 6.5 watt solar fountain pump for bird bath with a built-in 24 mAh, I'm not sure what that means, but battery backup. And here it is in the box. It comes with the tubing, the pump, the solar panel right down here, as you can see, different nozzles, so you can make kind of different water formations, and then this nice user manual. So basically, we're going to go ahead and put it together and see. I'm going to do this in real time. I haven't even pulled out all of these pieces. We're going to do this in real time with you guys so we can see how easy this is to put together. Okay, so overview says Poposoap Solar Pump Fountain uses the more durable glass solar panel and brushless pump, faster startup, highly efficient, and with strong stability, suitable for bird bath, fish tank, small pond, garden decoration, water circulation for oxygen, etc. Okay, so we have a foam cotton. It looks like the solar panel is down here, so I don't want to pull that out just yet because I know that once this starts and it gets into the sun, it's going to go ahead and start right away. So it looks like they want us to assemble the nozzles first. Oh, this must be for the solar panel. All right. Different nozzles right here. Here are the covers for those various nozzles. And I kind of do want to play with it to kind of see what would be fun. But I do have in mind something that I want to do. I want to do more of a bubbler type because I watched a YouTube channel that said that hummingbirds are more attracted to the bubblers. And so I kind of want to put hummingbirds with this. But this is pretty cool. It's got like a filter here in the pump. And it will sit here on the bottom of our terracotta bowl. The glaze is looking nice. I did let it sit for 48 hours to cure, and so far my rubber stopper right in there has been doing just fine and it's not leaking any water, so I'm pretty excited about that. But okay, let's see what we got to do here. All right. So first we're going to assemble the nozzle. Woo! I don't want to lose any pieces. Okay, so it looks like, oh, okay, that's some pieces are here, some are there. That's okay. Okay. So, we need this ribbed nozzle. Okay, so we need this piece. Then it looks like we're going to put this piece here. All right, and then it appears that we can go ahead and choose one of these spray nozzles and just maybe place on top. Looks like they have some little notches right there you can kind of see. So let's see here. I imagine we have to slide it on and twist. Yes. Okay. And then we go ahead and place the foam circle on here. Okay. And then we press this down. Okay. All right. Okay. And then after that, it looks like we connect the solar panel. Oh my goodness. Is that it? All right. Now I just have a little bit of water in here. I probably should add more. Gotta untie this. I'll add more to our pump just to kind of see what these nozzles look like. And then we'll go ahead and finish putting our fountain together. So let's see here. You know what? Let me put the rest of these pieces back so we don't lose anything. I do not want to lose anything. And then we'll figure out what is going to be the most fun spray for us. Okay, oops, there's another little piece right there. Okay, all right, we've got those. And looks like we can attach this here. You can kind of see. I'm gonna be careful, I don't want to damage it. Let's see, how does that slide in? Oop. No, you go like this. Okay, yep, that was pretty easy. Clicks into place right there. And then this probably, yep, this will go on here like so. Woo, I don't want to break it. Do not want to break it. There we go. Okay, so it just presses, oops, sorry, I should have done that on camera. It presses into there. And then you can put this stake anywhere you're going to get full sun. All right, so we're going to plug these two pieces in, and then we will tighten the cap. Okay, and the cool thing about this pump, I already read a little bit about it, is that it has a feature where it won't allow itself to run dry and burn up. So that's pretty cool. But I probably should add a little bit more water. Got some rainwater here. We just had a storm roll through, so we can see. Okay, now I wonder how long this cord is. It looks like it's pretty long. We'll go ahead and place the pump in the water. Okay, it does have some suction cups. I don't know if the suction cups are going to work for me. Oh, it does. And oh my goodness, it's not even, woo. Can you guys see this? You can't. I'm in shade because I'm sitting under our umbrella. But look at this, you guys. It already started. So that's pretty neat. Let me get you a little bit closer. We can put, hopefully this doesn't make a big mess, but we can put this back on. Woo! Oh my. Okay, so far I like this. And maybe I should move you guys back so that we don't don't get sprayed everywhere. But that went pretty high, so that was cool. Let's see what other nozzles we have. This is neat. This is super fun, you guys. All right, let me see. It looks like we just have various configurations. They'll probably shoot out quite a bit. This is pretty powerful. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so looks like you can raise it up too, which would be cool. I'm going to use some of the tubing that they provided for our needs because I want it to feed up through some rocks, which you'll see here. Let's see what that does. Whoop. That's neat. It's a little bit more peaceful. That's kind of my favorite, if I'm honest. I might kind of put that at the top of the pump or at the top of the tubing. But it just has some really cool designs. I really like this. What else do we have in here? Okay, so this took me a little bit to figure out, but you kind of have to force the tubing over this and get it to go on. It'll be a very snug fit. And then after that, we need to kind of establish how deep we want it. All right, we've got the fountain unplugged, so that's good. But we're not going to need all of this. You can see here that we're going to thread the tubing up through the bottom of our terracotta pot here. It's a pretty snug fit, but not too bad. You could put silicone in there to kind of hold the tubing in place, but that's not really going to be necessary for us because we are just going to let it be an extra drain hole. You can see here, those are the holes that we drilled the other day. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put some landscape rocks into here, this saucer, and make a nice feature that will hold our tubing up, and then we will cut it to the desired height once we have the proper spout on. And we may not even need a spout, but I want it to be good looking whatever we do, so I think the black might really help it to stand out. So let's go ahead and put some of these beautiful river rock in here into our terracotta saucer. Cut some of that. So we've got the tubing right here. You can see it just kind of sticking out the top. Let's plug back in the fountain and see if that's the effect that we are trying to go for here. Okay, so we're going to plug this in right here and then screw the top back on. Give it a second. We might need to add a little bit more rainwater. This is trial and error here, folks. This may be not quite what I want, maybe not enough power. Let's see if we move the solar panel out to the sun a little bit more, if that will help. Okay, just doing some troubleshooting here. You can see how it's trickling. The problem is it's kinked down here. So see if we raise it up a little bit. You can see at the very top of the screen there, it kind of gives us more of that trickle down effect that I was hoping for. So I'm going to need to shorten this tubing. Probably shouldn't have put all the rocks on first, but if we shorten the tubing, we should get the desired effect. Okay, so the kink right here is the trouble. We've got it connected down below, but we need to be able to have this hose moving freely. Okay, go ahead and lower it down carefully. Go ahead and take your fingers out. All right, so we had quite a bit of hose down there. Whoop. Uh-oh. Did we come unconnected again? I don't know. Let's see. I don't think we're disconnected. All right. Whoop. Okay, so I will go plug back in the pump, and let's see if that is any better. Whoa! That is pretty good. All right. So if we can trim it down just a little bit, let's see what happens. So this is the look that I'm kind of going for. I'd like to kind of get the rocks to kind of be mounded up. This is a pretty powerful pump for as small as it is. I'm pretty impressed with it, to be honest. All right, I did go ahead and add a nozzle because it gave me more of that little bubbler effect. But we can kind of hide the rest of the tubing like that. And that actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna just get the rocks positioned just how we want them. All right, I like that. You can kind of see there that it has a little bit of holes in the opening, but then there's also the main one. That is really nice. Gives a lot of nice water sounds. I like that. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, that was the Poposoap 6.5 watt solar fountain pump for the bird bath. You guys, I like it. I think that it is really good. I believe on Amazon it was in between maybe $22, $26. I did not purchase it. They did send it to me to try out and then share with you guys. But honest to goodness, real review, I'm really pleased. You can see how easy it was to set up and to make this. You know, like this is a good tabletop feature that you can really just slide in anywhere. And especially with the solar panel, which is fine to be outside, you know, even during rain, you can put it pretty much anywhere. So I'm really pleased with it. Really excited to be collaborating with Poposoap on this project. So, all right, there it is in its final spot. I was gonna do tabletop, but then kind of decided that I didn't want the cord dangling off the table all the time, so I didn't want to mess with that. Listen to that sound. That'll do it for me. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will chat with you later. Bye-bye.